today we're going to find out what makes you so dang lovable, right? Because everybody has something that people flock to them for. Everybody has something that they charm people with and that people love about them. And so today we're going to find out what makes you so lovable. How cute, right? Like, how cute is this concept? It makes me very excited. So let's take a few moments and pick which pile is calling to you. So first, for pile number 1, we have this beautiful tiger's eye. We love tiger's eye. Fun fact, I actually have tiger eyes tattooed in between my shoulder blades. It was my first tattoo. Here we go. Tiger's eye. Pile number 2, we have this beautiful, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not quite sure what it is. It was gifted to me. It's beautiful. These little flecks are like this mossy green that makes me think of moss agate, but I've just never seen moss agate in this kind of like white stone. But very cute, called to me today. And then, of course, you cannot go wrong with a clear quartz. Pretty sure this was a gift from my grandma. My grandma's really into crystals, and used to give me all sorts of crystals when I was like young, even before I went into like my hippie phase, my spiritual phase. So if you have a hippie grandma, maybe this pile's for you. But just take a few more minutes to figure out, not minutes, moments, to figure out what calls to you. Feel free to pause the video if you need to think about it. And let's jump right on into it. Okay, so this is pile number 1. This is for those of you who chose the little tiger's eye. We'll put this right at the top here. We've got the White Newman deck. We'll start off with that. We've got 4 cards today, so. 5 of Swords in reverse. 3 of Swords in reverse. Very intellectual, guys. The 5 of Cups, right side up, interesting. And the Knight of Wands. So we've got 2 air, 1 water, 1 fire. And then we've got rejection, success, and confidence. So what makes you so lovable? What draws people to you? Why do people love you? Let's be real. There's a multitude of reasons, more than we could ever cover in a tarot reading. But let's dive in. So the 5 of Swords. Okay, so of course we know swords are intellect, our wisdom. And the 5 of Swords always feels like mental stuckness, right? I've always called it the kind of bringing a gun to a knife fight. It is reading an entire book when you have a test over 1 chapter, right? You are overprepared, overthinking. Now we do have it in reverse. So I love to see this. It's my preferred way to see this card. Shortly followed by the 3 of Swords, which the thing that always gets me about this deck is look at their expressions. Very chill for a man who is murdering, and very chill for a man who is being murdered. I'm interested in the fact that their earpieces are the same in the year that I've had this deck. I've never noticed that before. Very interesting, but very nonchalant. Either way, you have this card upside down as well. And I feel like these 2 go together, and I feel like these 2 go together. And I feel like what's happening here, I feel like this is what's happening. Right? This feels good. This feels like the flow. So I feel like what's happening here is you remove that kind of overthinking that people have. You remove and bring ease so that if they're worried about being betrayed, if they're worried about being backstabbing, or being backstabbed, I feel like you remove that. You help people feel more at ease around you, particularly people who have had not very good friends in the past. Oh, we hate to see it. That sucks. Not everybody is as loyal of a friend as you are. So that is unfortunate for those people who are not in your life because you're a fantastic friend and they are all blessed by your presence. You're missing it, but I'm doing like sassy little head nods here, like, yep. So you bring ease into each other's lives. You bring a sense of peace and belonging and kind of a kinship that people don't experience with others. You make very fast bonds, right? And people aren't worried about being rejected by you. They don't worry about that. They know that you are welcoming, which we love to see, which I think gives them maybe a sense of success within their friendship, because let's be real, like some friendships are successful and some are not. Now, what is seen as successful or unsuccessful in a relationship is up to you and up to your friends. But to me, a sense of success within a relationship means viewing each other as equals, and having kind of like a very balanced relationship where one person doesn't give more than the other person and one person doesn't take more than the other person. I have a hard time being seen in my friendships, and if someone sees me, then it feels very successful, right? Now let's move on. We also have the Five of Cups, which is a little surprising to have right side up. And this Five of Cups, to me, it's that upset. It's that, oh man, look at all of these previous experiences. But the upside, the upside of the Five of Cups is that you still have this experience here, right? And despite the experiences that you've had, your subconscious waters are still pretty nice and calm, right? Because remember that water, bodies of water and tarot are always going to be your subconscious mind. And then that's followed by the Knight of Wands. So we know that wands are fire, their action, change, and growth. And look at how prepared this guy is for his adventure, right? So this knight is going out on a journey to create change in his life. And I feel like that's what you help people do. I feel like you help them move forward and not be so stuck in the past. I feel like you help them heal from past experiences where they were done dirty, where they had to be hyper vigilant in their relationships. And you go, hey man, I'm sorry that you've had all these bad experiences, but know that the future is still ahead of you and know that you can handle these things. You let people feel their feelings without judging them for them and without without judging them for them and without mocking them. You help them look forward to the new adventure and you help prepare them for more friendships. You're kind of like the glue, right? You're the glue, you're the buffer. I feel like we've all been in friendship circles where there's a person that is the glue. Whereas like maybe there's a group of like 4 or 5 people and they all get along as a group, but maybe if without this individual person, the group wouldn't really exist. Like maybe 2 people would hang out or these 2 people would hang out, but like the entire group together would not hang out. And I'm sorry, y'all. I need you to know that this is Cheeto dust. It's Cheeto dust. My husband came home in the middle of me recording this, so I stopped and I ate a little snack, and I thought I got all the Cheeto off my hand, but I didn't. Flamin' Hot Cheetos is life. Anyway, sorry for that. That was random little segment. But you are the glue within your friendships, and people really appreciate the stability that you bring and then the confidence that you can bring into their life, right? Like, look at this. Sorry, I whacked my thing. Look at this, like, lovely little smiley face. I love a smiley face with sunglasses. Why does it make me so happy? I don't know, but it does. You are someone who makes people feel confident that they can have healthy friendships again. You are someone who helps people feel grounded, which, what a surprise with the grounding stone. You are someone that makes people feel grounded as they move forward and create new friendships and new bonds after being in a, very upsetting, very tumultuous friendship. You kind of remind people of what good is out there in the world, and they love you for it. And I feel like what happens here is this is very natural for you. This is very matter of fact for you because you're like, I would never do these things to people because you're a good person, probably with like a high sense of justice, a strong sense of justice. Let me know if you know what I'm referencing by that, if you also have the thing that I have. Anyway, neurodivergence. Anyway, if you have a strong sense of justice, you would never backstab someone like this. You would never betray someone like this. You would be horrified at the thought of making someone become hypervigilant within your friendship. It would just be abhorrent to you. And you want people to heal. You want people to know that not everybody is like that. Not everybody's going to do this thing to you. And you form those thick bonds of kinship, and you let them know, like, you are a good friend, that they are worthy of having healthy friendships. And you help them prepare for the journey of, healing themselves, and you help them prepare for the journey of, like, gaining more friends over time, right? And I love that for you. I love that you have the strength to do that. I love that you have the tenacity and that you are so wholesome, because not everybody in this world is. Unfortunately, we've all experienced it. But rather than letting yourself become bitter, you are just continuing to be your amazing self. So congratulations. People love you because you are kind-hearted and a good person, honestly, and a good friend in particular. That is why people love you, and it comes naturally to you. So this will never change. On top of all the other reasons that people love you, know that this will never change. But if that resonated for you, if you'd like your own personal reading, feel free to book one. I have many different options on my website, which is venusblooms.com. I also have a monthly tarot subscription. And if you're watching this on the 28th, I will be having our next month's June 2023 letters go out before... Goodness, I send them out before the 5th, so if you can sign up by the 2nd, you'll still get one in time. So I'd love to work with you. Once again, let me know if you are neurodivergent, and if we're the same kind of neurodivergent where you have a strong sense of justice. Let me know. And if, maybe you have no clue what I'm talking about, but you liked the reading, also let me know. So thank you guys for being here, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. But we are moving on to, so we are pile number 2. You are here if you chose this cute little mystery stone. Come on, focus for me. Okay, well, it doesn't want to focus, but you know what it looks like. It's cute. It's green. There we go. And it's got potentially moss agate vibes. If you know what this is, please let me know. Please leave a comment. But today, with pile number 2, we are using the Star Spinner Tarot deck. It's been a favorite lately. It's very pastel. It's very soft. Can we talk about how we got lots of pinks and blues, and we got pink and blue? So what are we working with here? So all of them are in reverse, which is interesting. Now keep in mind, reversals are not bad. They are not good. They just are, right? And it's up to me to figure out, are we rejecting the energy? Are we pushing it out? Are we pulling it in, right? Are we rejecting, or are we inviting? Let's find out. So first off, we have Judgment. Got that in reverse. We have the High Priestess. Afterwards, we have the Lovers. And if you know this deck, you know that it has 4 different lovers. I opted to keep all of them in, and it looks like you have the 2 femme lovers in reverse. And then lastly, the 2 of Cups in reverse as well. So those are all of our tarot cards. Now moving on to the Oracle, we have Comfort, Death, and Reflection. Wow, that feels really moody. Comfort, Death, Reflection, really moody. So let's find out what makes you so lovable. Now let's be real. There are dozens and dozens of reasons why you are lovable. But let's find out some of them, right? Let's find out a big reason as to why people are so called to you, why they enjoy your energy, why they love you. So let's start off. I feel like this feels like the vibe. This feels like the vibe. Right off the bat. So we're going to start off with Judgment. So Judgment, despite the name, I don't feel like it's about being judged. It's about your higher calling, right? Because what is this angel doing? This many-winged Angel. I see multiple wings and my brain just goes, be not afraid. With the little eyes. With the bombastic side eye. Bombastic side eye. I'm sorry, that's my stem at the moment. It's a call, right, to your higher calling, to where you feel at home, to where you feel at peace. And apparently I'm feeling it today. And it's in reverse, right? Now it is followed by the High Priestess, which we know can walk between the two realms. We've got it here. We've got day and night. We have both the waking world and the mystical world, the spiritual side. And what gets me about the High Priestess is we often focus so much on her intuition, we forget that she fucking studied her little booty off to be here. Sorry for the language. I hope if you're here, you know that I curse often and you're fine with that. So moving on. She studied her little butt to be off, to be here. Oh, I immediately know where this is going. Wow, y'all. Whew. Okay, so you yourself are a spiritual person. You are not rejecting these cards. You're not rejecting them at all. You are fully inviting them in. You're a spiritual person. And if you're not, you're just hiding it from yourself, right? You're just pulling the wool over your eyes. You have innate abilities to the other side. You have innate ties, strong ties to the other side. And maybe it runs in your family. Maybe you're the first in your family to do so, but your skills are there. Absolutely. And this is a part of your higher calling. It might not be all of what you're meant to do in your life, but it is going to be a strong focus in what brings you joy, what brings you success, and what brings you peace. And honestly, what brings others peace within your life. Your spirituality as a whole is going to be very important to your group of friends and to probably more people than even just your friend circle. I feel like the way that you just conduct your life inspires and motivates others. I feel like it really, truly just, you living your own life, people look at you and they're like, wow, they're doing that. I can do that too. And not on like a copycat kind of way, but they're just like so struck, so in awe of you just living your authentic life that they can't help but want to live their authentic life too. You're very inspiring to others. And that brings people comfort, right? Because like maybe what you do, maybe the way that you do it is a little out of the norm. It's a little bit odd. Maybe you're a little bit offbeat. And I love that about you. They love it about you too. And once again, it's bringing that comfort to them. I love the 3 here. You're very supported. Even though what you do is offbeat, you're not hurting anyone. You're enjoying what you do. And people just love to see you happy, if that makes sense. Because once again, they know if they support you in your happiness, you'll support them in their happiness as well. In the fact that just you existing is supporting them in their own happiness. So you're very supported along your goals. And let's take it to the next cards. We've got the Lovers in reverse. Let me show you right side up, darling. Now, oh my goodness. I'm sorry. If you can hear any of this background noise, I'm filming this on Memorial Day, and I do unfortunately live close to the pool at my community, and people are having a dang good day out there. I'm very happy for them, but it's a smidgen noisy. So apologies if you can hear that. But we've got the Lovers. We did have them in reverse. I'm going to show them to you right side up. Now, what I like about this is the fruit. We've got the apples, and of course apples are a symbol of abundance, but also with these 2 women and the Lovers card as a whole, I can't help but see a forbidden tree aspect. I was definitely raised Christian and I live in Texas, so I'm definitely heavily influenced by Christian mythology. I was specifically raised Catholic, so there's a lot of spirituality in here. I'll have a whole rant about that. Not a rant, but I'll have a whole chat about that later. It'll get its own episode. So I can't help but see the tree of knowledge. And when I think of femme love, I think of how easily femmes give love to each other, right? Even if there's work that has to go along with it, we love to give to others, right? And this is you learning how to receive love, right? This is you learning how to receive love. And I feel like in a way that is a forbidden knowledge. I feel like if you are a person living in the United States of America, I feel like you understand this, but our culture really just does not want us to love ourselves. Our culture really just pushes the idea that loving yourself and taking care of yourself is self-centered in a negative way, in that it is selfish, and that if you love yourself, then you're full of yourself. And it is truly not that way. You can love yourself in a healthy way. And I feel like what you do is you help people learn how they should be treated. You help people learn that. Oh man, you're such a good, sweet friend. Oh, you're such a loving, caring friend. Oh, you're that person that, like, when someone is sick, you just send them a care package. You're like, oh, you called into work today? Okay, well, I sent you an Uber Eats, and you've got some chicken noodle soup and some Gatorade coming your way. You're that person that, like, even if your friend doesn't live in the same town as you, you're like, hey, I sent you a birthday gift. Happy anniversary for you and your husband. Here's a bottle of wine. Like, you just love giving to people. You just love giving to people. And I feel like the people that you give to, they're not used to that. They're not used to having someone give so freely in a friendship, or honestly, maybe even in a romantic relationship. They're not used to that kind of love. They're not used to that kind of giving, and they don't know how to receive it. And so in the beginning, they are rejecting the love. And just because it's so different. It's so different. I'm sorry, you're so cute. I can't get over that. And I really, truly hope that people are giving to you the way that you give to others. I hope that they're returning that back to you. I hope that you remember that this love that you're teaching others that they deserve to receive, you also receive it. You also deserve to receive it, okay? Okay? I have a friend that watches these tarot readings, and she does this a lot. Like the back of the hand, and I've recently picked it up. Lovely, if you watch this, can you let me know if you just saw me do this? I'm gonna be very amused. Just know that you're a fantastic friend and you're influencing me in very silly, fun ways. Anyway, or if y'all do this, it feels very serious, right? Like it feels more like oomph than just like clapping your hands. Does anybody else like to do this? It's like, you better listen to me. You better listen, you silly turkey. Let me know. If you'd like to do this, and if you relate to your reading, can you give me the hand clapping emoji? It'll be fun. I hope you guys don't mind my segues. I have a feeling you don't. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Anyway, getting back to point. So why do people love you? People love you because you are yourself, right? And part of who you are is just this loving, giving person. Now, where does death and reflection tie into this? I feel like death is the center, right? Death is the liminal space here. Whereas like them watching you live your own best life and be your truest self, it helps them kill the self-hate within themselves that they had. Because that self-hate, that self-loathing, that self-rejection is part of the reason why they don't like to receive love the way that they deserve to. And by you giving them that love, by you being yourself, shows them that they can receive the love. It makes them reflective. It makes them, and I know that this is reflection as in a mirror, but I can't help but also see it as glasses too. It makes them view things in a different way. It makes them view their relationships with themselves, with others, with their family, with their lovers. It makes them see it in a different way. Even just within a friendship, you are just upheaving their entire lives and all of their relationships to their core. You are giving them a death that allows them to move forward in a positive way. It is the death of that self-hatred. It is the death of that self-loathing. And all by just being your freaking self. How amazing are you? No wonder everybody loves you so much. Because you don't do this on purpose. This is just you being yourself. Oh, what a cutie. You're such a cutie. Look at you. So, this is one of the many, 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 many reasons why your friends love you. Why people in your life love you. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If you would like your own tarot reading, feel free to reach out. You can book your session on venusblooms.com. I have a ton of different options, including a monthly tarot email subscription where I send you a picture of your cards and a recording and break down what is going on in the month ahead. I am going to be releasing this video on the 28th of May. If you subscribe before June 2nd, I'll make sure that your audio and your email get to you before June 5th. But don't forget to leave me the clapping emoji or just any comments that you have. And I'll see you next time because it is time for 3. It's time for group number 3. So if you are here, you chose this beautiful little quartz crystal. Maybe you've got a hippie grandma too, but you're here to find out one of the many, many, many reasons why people love you so much, right? Because let's be real, there's a ton of reasons. But it's nice to have a little reminder, a little insight. So let's see what you're working with today. We are working with the Thelema Tarot deck. Now, I don't practice Thelema. This was my first deck, which is why the cards are so bent. Look at these babies. And the art just really called out to me. Know nothing about the practice, if I'm being honest. Sometimes people have strong reactions to hearing the name of this deck. So anyway, let's move on. So the first card that you have is the Tower. I felt like Professor Trelawney saying that. The Grim. The Tower. That's you right now. So the Tower. We love it. Very powerful. Now we've got the 7 of Cups in reverse, right? Ooh. We have the Hanged Man. Can we talk about the major arcana here? And then the King of Pentacles. What a nice little storyline. Now after this, we've got our Oracle deck. Our Oracle deck is the Prism Oracle. I may or may not have to just look at the box real quick. The Prism Oracle, we have Frustration. Trying to put a square peg into a round hole. We've got Anxiety, which is great. They look like little worms. Me and my friend like to talk about having brain worms often. If you talk about brain worms, let me know. Leave me a little worm emoji. Little worm emoji. Worm. And then we have the Protection card. Very serious. It's like 2 locks. Locking it down. Right? So why do people love you so much? Let's find out. Let's find one, just one of the many reasons why people love you. Ha. So we'll start off with the Tower. So if you are comfortable with tarot, if you know much about tarot, you know that the Tower is the destruction of the old so that something new can come in. Now, what an interesting card to have as a reason why people love you. Death, destruction, chaos. I personally love that, but I also work with Loki. So it's no surprise that I like a little bit of chaos. I also refer to myself as a little gremlin. So when I'm in gremlin mode, I'm definitely shaking some things up with the Tower. Now we also have the 7 of Cups in reverse. Now let me show you this right side up. The 7 of Cups is kind of like, what do I do? Where do I go? I have so many options. It's a good card, but it's a good problem, but it's still a problem at the end of the day. You don't know what you want to do. Do you want to go with the Dove? Do you want to go with I think that's a Castle. Do you want to go with the Dragon? Do you want to go with the little Cobra? Like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Wow, that's how we feel. And you've got this in reverse. So I feel like what happens is you enter people's life with the with the tower and you shake shit up. You shake it up. I have a feeling you're a very blunt person, right? You're very blunt. You're very to the point. I don't think you're an asshole. I think that you know how to say it with tact. If not, work on that. You can be straightforward without being an ass. It's not cute. Like, you may think it's cute in like a, like, ha ha ha, but it's not. Okay? You can be polite and straightforward. It is possible. This is something that I feel very strongly about because I personally have had to work on this. Anyway, so you shake shit up. You tell people how it frickin' is. And you're like, why are you sitting on your ass? Why haven't you made a decision? Why haven't you researched your options? You don't know what to do? Fucking bullshit. Fucking figure it out. Do your research. Not making a decision is still a decision. Inaction is still action, right? Which, I'm not gonna lie, it pisses people off. It absolutely pisses people off because they are not ready to be told that they are doing something wrong. Most of us are not. I don't like being told when I'm doing something wrong. My little ego doesn't like it, but you know what I fucking do? I get my shit together after that because I don't like being messy. And it's one thing if I know I'm messy, it is another thing if someone else can see that I'm messy. My little Leo ego does not like it at all, right? So you can, you bring frustration to the table. You truly do. But here's where you come in clutch. One of the many ways that you come in clutch. After that, they've got a hanged man moment, right? They do the work, they do the research, they narrow down their options, and your bluntness, your succinctness, it brings them clarity. It brings them a different perspective. Because everyone else in their life, they would have been like, oh, honey, I don't know what to do either. Like, they're all so good. I wish you good luck. And they go, you don't do that. You don't play that game. You don't play that, oh, I hope it works out. You go, no. Sorry, I hiccuped. Take your own life into your own freaking hands and get your shit together. And they're like, oh, shit, I can do that? You remind people of the power that they have. That is what you do. You remind people that life doesn't happen like to them. It happens for them. And this change in perspective brings them so much clarity, right? Like, I love this card. I love this card in this deck because I love that he's supported by a snake. He has, and look at his expression. He's so chill. He is fully trusting this snake, this transformation to be for his own good, to be for his own benefit. Like his waters, the subconscious mind is very deep. It's very calm. We've got this beautiful sky around him. He knows, you know what? If I fall, I'll just swim right out of the cave and onto the shore and it'll be beautiful and lovely. But like, you allow people to change their perspective, and instead of being scared, instead they see all the blessings that they have in their life. They recognize their strength. They recognize their intelligence. They recognize their wealth, because when you confront people like that, you are automatically saying, I believe in your intelligence. I believe that you have the power to remedy this situation. Whoa, why did my voice get so deep there? You have the power to remedy this situation, and you have the ability to take your life into your own hands. And no one else has kind of been firm with them like that. Everybody's been handling them with kid gloves, and eventually they started feeling like a child again. And you don't like being treated like that, so you don't treat others like that. You're badass. Honestly, you really are a badass. I don't know what made you get this way, but as long as you do it tactfully, we've talked about this, tactfully, people really appreciate it. Now, let's get down here. Let's get to the oracle cards. So we talked about how in the beginning, your straightforward tactics can bring people some frustration because you're making them hold themselves accountable for their own actions and for their future. And honestly, that does bring them a little bit of brainworms. Right? Because it's like, what if I choose the wrong thing? If you choose the wrong thing, then that's okay. Move on. Go to the next one. Do better next time. And so you do bring them a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of brain worms. But ultimately what happens is they learn that they can trust themselves. They can trust the universe and know that the choices that they make will lead to their own success. That brings them a good sense of like self-worth. And it really makes them lock down who they are, how they make their choices. It makes them lock down their confidence so that they have a protective aura around themselves where they will not allow others to judge them and they will not allow others to make decisions for them or treat them with kid gloves. You kind of are you a Saturnian person? Are you ruled by Saturn? So ruled by Saturn would mean that you either have a Aquarius rising or a Capricorn rising, or maybe you are an Aquarius, or maybe you are a Capricorn, because Saturn rules, woo, the country came out there for a second. Saturn rules both of those two planets. So both of those two signs, there we go, not planets, because Saturn is a planet. You just gotta lean in when you accidentally country. I'm from Texas, y'all. If you didn't know, if you aren't a regular watcher, if you don't know me in real life, I'm from Texas. Trying to get out of Texas, though. If any of my watchers are from Vermont, let me know. I'd love to chit chat with you about Vermont. Anyway, you feel very Saturnian. You feel very like big daddy energy, maybe big mama energy, but like in the get your shit together kind of way, not in the coddle you kind of way. And honestly, while it may make people a little defensive at first, ultimately they appreciate your forthrightness with them and they love you for it. Like you're that friend that everybody goes, oh, I come to you when I want to hear the truth. I know you're not going to bullshit me. Or like I come to you when I want to hear like every side of something because I know you're going to give it to me straight. Right? That's why people love you. And it's very natural for you, which is very good. And I hope that you also have people that give it to you straight because you need this talking to as well every once in a while. Because not everything that you do is fantastic and amazing. We are humans. We are flawed. And you also need someone to tell it to you straight. You know, you might have a moment where, you know, you're feeling a little lost. You're feeling like you don't know what to decide. And you need that clarity. So this is why people are so drawn to you. This is what people love about your energy. If you liked this reading, remember to give me a little worm emoji. Or, you know, you can just tell me you like the reading if you don't like the worm. I have a feeling you're not going to like the worm. But if you'd like your own reading, feel free to reach out. You can find me on venusblooms.com. I have all sorts of different offerings there, as well as a monthly tarot subscription where you receive an email with a voice recording and photos of your cards to tell you about the month ahead. If you watch this on the day that it comes out, or if you watch it before June 2nd of 2023, if you subscribe, I'll make sure you get your email before June 5th, 2023. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your energy, for being here with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope it's phenomenal. Bye.